creating this makeup look that I have on right now. It's quite like a festival sort of look, but it's also just a very glammed up makeup look, and I absolutely loved filming it. This makeup look is one of my all-time favourite makeup looks for if I'm doing anything a bit more out there and a bit more fancy, a bit more makeup on. This is definitely the look that I go to. If you enjoy this video, please smash a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below and also the notification bell, because that will notify you every time I upload, which is on a Friday at 5 PM. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the video. So first off, I'm basically just taking some normal tape and I've just cut off sections and I'm just basically applying that under my eyes, and that's just when I apply the eyeshadow, I want it to have a sharp finish, so it's just going to cut it off really nicely for me without me smudging any of it. Then I'm taking my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and I'm just spraying that onto my eyes just to prime them, and then I'm also taking the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, and again that's just to prime my eyelids, ready for the eyeshadow that I'm going to be applying. So then for this look I actually decided to take my Morphe palette, and I'm just using my 350 palette, and these shades don't actually have names, but I'm taking this like neutral shade and I'm just going to use this as my transition colour with one of my Spectrum brushes, and it's just a really fluffy brush, and I'm just going to basically apply that all throughout my crease and just blend it through nicely. Then because it's a festival look, I'm actually taking this like orangey shade. It's like an orangey burgundy shade, and I actually just take this on one of my Anastasia brushes. This is the one that comes in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just basically running that through my crease and just making it a sharp cut on the edge. But I absolutely love this colour and I feel like it's out there and very festival-y and glam, so I definitely love this. Then I'm taking my favourite palette. This is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm taking the shade Real Gar, which is just like an orange shade, and it looks honestly so nice. It's so pigmented and it works really well with all these shades that I've used. It just makes the eyeshadow that I've already put on more pigmented and more stand out, and it also brings out the orange a lot more. So I really like this, and I'm just applying that using my MAC 217 blending brush. And then I'm going to go in with some more Matte Fix Plus on my naked brush, which is what I always do, and I'm taking the shade Primavera, I think it's called, and it's just like a gold shade, and it's just going to go on my lid. This is actually because I don't actually have any glitter pigments, but because of how pigmented this palette is, I feel like it just works really nicely as well, and it really stands out. Then I'm taking the shade Vermeer from my Anastasia palette, and this is just basically going to go on the inner corners and like inner section of my eyes, and that's just to blend out the gold like colour that I've already got in there, and it just works really nicely as like an ombre effect over my eyelids. Then I'm just taking the shade Real Gar again, and I'm just going back into like my crease and everything, just to make sure everything's blended right and that it all looks natural, even though it's not natural, but it just all blends together nicely. Then taking my Super Cat liner by Soap & Glory, I'm just going to do some winged liner. Now this didn't actually go right and I had to do it off camera, but I'm just showing you like the eye that did go right and that I didn't have to sort out. But yeah, it's just a really nice liner and I absolutely love it for angling out a good wing, and also the tape works really well. If you can't do eyeliner that well but you'd like to try and do winged liner, it works really well using tape. Then going in with my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Dark Brown, I'm just going to go through my brows. Now obviously I've done my brows in a recent video, so I just underlined them, and yeah, you can basically see what I'm doing with my brows, but I just use my natural shape and fill them in. Then, as always, I'm using my Kiko Milano Eyebrow Fibres Gel, and I'm not sure what shade this is. I think it's number 8 or something like that, but it's just a dark brown colour, and it's just like a gel to set my brows into place, and that's basically all that is, but I really like using it. And then obviously, as I do in every video, I just use this like face blender to like ombre out the front of my brows. It just basically takes the product off the front of my brows and makes sure that they are stuck into place, and I just absolutely love doing this. Then I'm going to move on to my base, so I'm taking my Matte Fix Plus and I'm spraying that everywhere on my face. And then I'm also going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Primer. Now this is actually amazing if you've got oily skin. It works so well for like cancelling out the oils in your face like throughout the day. My makeup used to go so oily, and I find that this works so well at keeping all the oils from like coming out. Obviously they do still come out like towards the end of the day, but this works really well at making sure that they don't come out like straight away. And then I'm going to take my True Match L'Oreal foundation, and I think this is in the shade Golden Ivory, and then I'm actually going to apply some of the primer into the foundation. This is just basically because it mattifies the foundation, which sounds crazy, but it works really well, and it's actually stopped me like becoming oily throughout the day like so much more than just using the primer. So then to blend this, I'm just using my damp beauty blender from Spectrum, and I'm just going to blend it everywhere, like even my ears, because I feel like it just makes everything look like it's meant to be that colour, even though this is a really good like match to my shade. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that through all over my face, and that's basically all I'm going to do with that. Then for concealer, I'm using my favourite ever Collection Lasting Perfection. This is in the shade 01, I think, or just 1. It's the fairest shade, and then taking my eraser sponge, I'm just going to go under my eyes and basically blend it all in. I'm going to do the same on the other eye, and then I'm actually going to use it for any blemishes and like on the high points of my face as well, because I feel like it works really well at highlighting the skin, but not only that, it's so good at like hiding blemishes and things, especially for a drugstore product. It's so good, and honestly I absolutely love it. Next I'm going to move on to powder. Now this is my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and this is in the shade 001 Transparent. I'm just using my Spectrum brush to blend all of this through. And I just literally apply so much because my skin's so oily, and again, as I've said, like the primer helps so much, but also this powder's really good at keeping the oils out of your face. So then taking my Hoola bronzer and another angled Spectrum brush, I'm just going to basically bronze out my cheeks and give them sort of a contour, but I'm not really like a good person at doing contour, so I just basically try and give my face a bit more shape. And I've actually started doing my chin and like my jawline now, which I never used to do, but I just put a little bit on to try and make sure that it's a bit more sharp. Next, taking my Revlon blush. I can't actually remember the shade of this, but it's like the highlighting palette. I'm just going to apply this onto my cheeks, and then taking my favourite glow kit by Anastasia, it's the Gleam, and I'm taking the gold shade. Now I actually cannot remember for the life of me what this is called, but it's such a good shade, and I just apply it to like my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow, and then I do actually apply some under my eyelids, just because I feel like it works really well. But for under my eyelids, I like to try crushed pearl instead, because it's more of a white shade and it's more like of a white shimmer, so instead of it being gold, it's really stand out and white. Then this is actually a primer for mascara, so I put this on under my mascara and it really helps. It's by Benefit and it's like the They're Real brand. So then taking Bad Gal Lash, again from Benefit, I'm just going to apply some of that to my lashes, and then the Maybelline Falsies Push Up Mascara, my absolute fave for making your lashes look fake. I'm then going to apply that as well. Now I was going to apply lashes, but I completely went against it just because, yeah, I'm just not very good at applying lashes. And then, as you might have seen, I just went under with the Real Gart again, just to make sure that under my eyes were blended out as well. Now I'm taking my NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the shade Bedtime Flirt. It's my all-time favourite. I use it in every single video and it just applies so nicely and looks so nice on the lips. So yeah, this is the finished look. I absolutely loved filming this look. It's one of my favourites. And if you enjoyed this video, please smash a big thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next week with another video. Bye!